Hello, I'm Carmen Camilio, and 1 year ago from our election day, I organized our very first union meeting. After discussions with several of my fellow nurses, we knew that we needed a voice, and here's why.
When I started in 2003, I had amazing, skilled nurses around me with a great orientation. It gave me the skills that I needed to become the nurse I am today.
I was a new nurse when I started at RGH, and I came into a unit that was very helpful and supportive and had a lot of experienced nurses that were able to help me.
And we truly were a family, but when our voices weren't heard and we couldn't actually defend ourselves and our patients for their true safety, I watched some great nurses leave and our family just fell to pieces.
I think the term is probably moral injury, where you really feel like you are not given the tools or the support to do the best you can for people that you really care about.
I've been here for about a year, and my orientation has been cut down to almost nothing.
Regardless of how good or bad I am in a position, a year and a half isn't enough to really know your job that well.
We put a lot of nurses who were uncomfortable in the roles they were placed in, and I think that definitely put a lot of patient safety at issue.
No one actually listened to specific concerns by the nurses about patient safety, about staff safety.
We need patient safety to come before money and lining the pockets of our upper administration.
I have the 2020 tax return for Rochester General Hospital. In 2020, Eric Bieber received a $500,000 raise totaling $4.2 million in compensation, while I received $1 over those 2 years.
My big raise was 65 cents.
34 cents?
26 cents.
Less than 1%, which is pretty comical.
I've been at RGH for 33 years and I didn't get a raise because I was capped.
We need to find a way to get our nurses to want to stay here.
So it's not just new nurses orienting new nurses, it's kind of like the blind leading the blind.
We haven't had the support that we've had in years past with administrators really listening to us and addressing our needs.
I'm doing a travel contract in Syracuse where I work with a lot of RGH nurses who are following the selection very closely because we want to come back.
I'm confident that with the union we'll have a voice and not just what we have in place now with union council meetings, and our voices are falling to deaf ears.
We're the nurses of Rochester General Hospital, with a strong majority representing nurses from all over the hospital, are filing for a union election.
And we feel this is like a needed change in the direction that nursing needs to go so that we can have an equal seat at the table in the decisions that this organization continues to make.
Nurses at Rochester General Hospital formally filed to create an independent union.
I'm voting yes for the union because I want to set some standards for safe patient ratios.
I am voting for a union because I care about my patient safety.
I'm doing this for safe staffing in the ED.
Greater retention of more experienced nurses.
And I want to get back to loving what I do.
I believe nurses need to have more of a say.
I'm excited for our union because I believe it'll give us a voice.
I think we need a union so we actually have a voice in this.
That our voice can actually be heard.
I don't think that there's a scenario in anyone's life anywhere where less representation is a good answer.
So everybody get out there and vote because I want to come home.
Rochester Nurses Union. The election's coming up. You need to vote yes.
Vote yes.
Vote yes. Solidarity from the ALU.
Solidarity.
The union is not a third party. It is only us, RGH nurses. We created our own union. We'll be the ones negotiating at the table with administration.
RUNAP is us, the bedside nurses of Rochester General Hospital, coming together to have a voice. Please join me in voting yes. Together, we will make a difference.